Okay, now I bet y'all can hear me. How did I even do that? Nope. Okay, sorry about that. First, I had it set on the wrong microphone. I had it set on my webcam microphone, which doesn't work. And then I looked down and somehow I had it muted. So, what a wonderful start to the day. Hi, Connie and Denise and Shells, Margie, welcome. So glad that y'all are here. Hi, Anita, how are you? Okay, I always try to do an unboxing for my stash just to kind of show you some stuff that's in my stash. And a lot of people have been talking about the make markets. Hi, Jeannie, how are you? So I decided that I would go ahead and unbox this make market out of my stash. This one is, I think the name is just Unicorn. Yes. It's just Unicorn. It's got 32 colors and it's a round drill. So we'll just look at this real quick. I don't even remember how long I have had this. It has been a while. But it looks pretty nice. Of course, y'all know me. I always take the kits out of these whenever I get them. So you're not going to see the kit. And I don't know if we'll go through these colors. But I thought I'd just show this to you real quick. Now, this make market is one of the stiffer canvases. If I can even get this to where y'all can see it. But isn't that a really pretty? This one's a really pretty unicorn. I love this one. I hope it turns out really well whenever I start doing it. What size is it? It's an 18-inch by 24-inch or 45 by 7 by 60.9. So it looks really good. I hope that this one is it's, as long as I've had it, it's still got really good stick to it. I know I've had this for at least a year in my stash. I'm trying to knock stuff off of my desk here. Not a good thing. We can go ahead and look at these. I think I've taken them out once before. When I'm pretty sure that there's an actual unboxing on my channel for this one somewhere. But not sure exactly where. Okay, we'll look at these colors real quick and then we'll get started. Not that much 310 in it, although there is no DMC numbers on this. None at all. And I don't think that it has any ABs in it. But even so, I've got plenty of extra ABs. I could probably add some somewhere. Or fairy dust drills. It's not the brightest painting, but I think it will turn out really, really pretty. I love unicorns as well. I love anything like that. I like the mystical unicorns, dragons, fairies, any of that. That's one of my things. Okay. I know this wasn't a very in-depth look at this painting, but go ahead and put these back in here. And we'll go ahead and get this out of the way. For this one, since I don't want to show a bunch of my mystery paintings that I'm working on, we are still going to be working on the doorways. I thought I would have more of them done, but they called Joshua before we even left town and told him not to come into work because they were slow, which I don't understand why, because we've got that bargains galore on 64 this week. So I figured that they would be really busy, but they're not. Okay, you know, I've still got some down here that I unboxed last week and the week before, sitting beside my desk that I haven't put away yet. That's pretty sad. But, okay. So this one I do not have in trays. Good morning. How are you doing, Granny? Welcome. So glad that you're here. We are going to be working on the doorways again. I thought about starting one of my 3 panels, but I got those at the Dollar General. The other day they were like less than $1 a piece. So I went ahead and picked those up. This is a multicolor pen. It's even got the unicorn on it. And then this one just has a diamond on it. I thought, why not? Okay. Let's get these out of here. Maybe. Okay, so the one that I am currently working on is this one. Those are just numbers I had for my planner that I was working on. I guess I need to do another planner video since I've started using the Happy Planner instead of making my own, but I just haven't done it yet. Jeannie has a really good channel. I absolutely love her channel. And it has so many different things. I absolutely love it. Now, I've got one of these little binder clips on here so that I can keep the plastic attached to this without worrying about putting it on the wrong side. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on this. Pull it out. Okay, so hopefully I will not be hitting this with my head. If I do, I'm sorry. Yeah, I absolutely love Jeannie's channel. I'm assuming that Josh is back. Okay, I'll look at that here in a minute. But anyway, isn't this little doorway so cute? I've still got quite a few of these to do. Thought I'd be finished with that one yesterday, but since I didn't go to the town and wait on my son to get off work, I didn't work on it. I ended up working on my mystery painting. And I ended up working on the little, where'd they go? The little release papers that I made. And I've got another one I'm going to try to make that was based off of one of my pictures. Let me get some of these. These are all the little itty bitty, all of the little release papers that I've made so far. And I did order some more sticker paper yesterday. So I am really hoping to make some more of them. Let's see. I'm going to try to find it on here. I made a picture. And I had you in mind, Julie, whenever I made this. Hi, Regina. Julie. Did I miss anybody coming in? I don't know if I did or not. Hold on. Okay, so I made those off of a diamond painting that I did. I was just messing around with InShot. So if I can print these and actually cut them to where I can make them just right, I'm going to make those into release papers. And I think that they would be absolutely so cute, even though they would be a little bit bigger than what I wanted. Normally, I figured Julie would really like those. But I may try to print those out after the live. I know you're feeling about that, Jeannie. I've already grabbed my coffee for the morning. I cannot do anything before coffee. Okay. Let's see. Is that still? Yes, it's still in camera. So, let's see. Y'all don't see me working out of just regular trays and the bottles hardly anymore. I just don't use my other storage cases as much as I used to. This one is S, and somehow I managed to mess up some of my drills down at the bottom of this. Let's see. I think I have only completed one of these since last week. Okay. I'm not sure how much talent is included in that. All I did was take pictures of some of my diamond paintings that I have up on my wall to make those. And then the InShot app is really, really easy to use. And I love the fact that they put that freestyle collage on there. I really do like that. So I might be making at least a little bit better of thumbnails for my video now, since it's so easy to put those on there. Did I get, no, nope. That was some of the wax. I was like, did I get paper on here? But I didn't. But, so what has happened this week? At work, we weren't really terribly busy last weekend. And I've had the kids 2 days this week, which was fine. Joshua watched them for most of the time while I was working down at the shop, which normally whenever I walk down there, it is just going and running to the bank, going to Walmart, sending certified letters if I need to, mailing stuff and all that. So, and if I finish it in an hour, I can go ahead and come home. If it takes me 4 hours, it just depends. So it's not that long of a day down there, but I did take a video the other day and I was going to do a voiceover on it, and I haven't done it yet, of working on the Black Bear Magic, I think is what it's called, that I'm working on down there. But I haven't done anything with that video yet. Seems like every video I want to get out, I've just got so many ideas for videos and just not enough time to record them. But the kids will be in school Monday. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you? I see you got your name changed on here. I know you were trying to get that done earlier. Sorry, my camera's moving on me. I'm so glad that you're doing well. Yeah, last night we had tacos for dinner. It really wasn't what I wanted, but I had some hamburger meat here and I did not want to go to the grocery store. So that is what we had for dinner last night. Okay, let's see. What color do we want to do next? How about the K's? Where are my K's? There. You would think that I would be able to find them really quick because they are in alphabetical order. I've got my drills in this case because this particular set of drills did not come with DMC numbers. I am so looking forward to that because normally I make my schedule for recording and everything else around my grandkids. So if they're going to be here on Wednesday and Thursday, I'll make sure that I schedule everything else around that. And my grandson was so disappointed the other day because I buy those little Tostino's pizzas quite often. And I try to have stuff like that around for whenever Joshua is watching them so he has something easy to fix them for lunch and stuff. Well, he forgot to put the trays in the dishwasher the night before for the air fryer, which is how he fixes their pizzas. And he tried cleaning the top one and getting it cleaned and then putting the pizza in there, but then it started smoking because he forgot to take out the drip tray underneath and clean it. But it had started smoking. He was like, well, no pizza today. And they were so disappointed. Oh, I don't know if I could do that, especially with them. I would literally have to be right there every second of the day making sure that they did their homeschool stuff. didn't sneak in the other room and try to get their tablets and turn on the TV and all that. They do a lot better whenever they have somebody else supervising that. But I think they missed going to school anyway and seeing their friends. And then this will be Remy's first year in school. So she'll be in kindergarten. And I think she's really looking forward to that. Well, whenever I'm recording and stuff, I mainly do all of my recording in my craft room. And yes, I can leave the door open in the living room to the living room so that I can hear them, but them three fight like cats and dogs. Actually, the boys fight with Remy, but Remy is the instigator in a lot of it. Because she just wants the attention from the boys, and I think that is why she will love being able to be in school, because she'll have friends there that she can talk to and all that. She's pretty good. She already knows her letters and all that. She used to be in preschool, but some things happened with that, with their insurance, and it was one of those that only allowed them in that school if they had the Medicaid to take care of it. So without that, she wasn't allowed to go to that school. So for the last year and a half, she hasn't been there, and I think she really misses that type of environment. Yeah, it's like Aiden and Axel get along really, really well as far as being siblings until they start playing Minecraft. To the point that I've had to tell them sometimes, you're not playing Minecraft for the rest of the day. Because they'll be playing on Minecraft together, and it's like that's just a disaster waiting to happen, because it's within 10 to 15 minutes of them playing that game together, they're fighting. And I'm like, nope, we're not going to allow that. Go back to watching movies, playing different games, whatever. But I will say that Remy, whenever she fights with the boys, it's her instigating it. They won't be bothering her at all, and she'll go over there and she'll take the chairs or whatever she can do just to aggravate them. But I know that there was something else that happened this last weekend at work, that I was going to tell y'all, and I cannot remember what it is. Yep. And they'll watch YouTube and stuff and all that, but whenever they get on Minecraft, that is a totally different story. And I won't even let them download Roblox. In fact, Aiden has downloaded it a few times, and I've had to go in there and delete it. That one is even worse. So, they don't get to play that one at all here. And there we go. I hit the camera again, so sorry about the shaking. But what else was I going to tell y'all about? Did I write it down or anything? I know that there was something. I need to start making a list of some of the stuff that I think that I'm going to start telling y'all about, because I forget half of the time. Let's see. I don't know. I thought I had a different notebook that I was writing some stuff down in like that. But I did go and see Mom yesterday. She seems to be doing pretty well. And it was like the week before she went into the hospital, she didn't even want to sit up in bed or anything. And whenever I went in there yesterday, she was sitting up, she was talking to me and everything. Although I don't think she actually realized exactly who I was, because she was telling me she missed getting my mashed potatoes every Sunday. And I think that she was talking about my aunt, which is who I was named after, because whenever I was little, we used to have a Sunday dinner or lunch every week. My aunt would come over and they would just fix a big meal on Sundays, every Sunday after church. And I think that is what she was thinking of, and what she was thinking who I was. But she was doing pretty good, though. I did bring her candy bar that she asked for. I brought her 2 different kinds. I brought her a cookies and cream candy bar. And then I also bought her some little mini M&Ms with that flip top, so she could easily open it if she wanted some. And she ate a few of them, not that many, but at least she did eat some of them. But I left the candy bar there in case they want to give it to her at like dinner or something, see if she'll eat some of it. But yeah, she seemed to be doing pretty good. I took my son Joshua with me down there. And she was happy to see us, but I don't think she realized exactly who we were yesterday. I do too. I love any of those mini things like that. I love the little mini M&Ms and the little mini Skittles. And then I got a bag of the Sour Patch Bites. I got one of the big bags. Hopefully it'll last me a few weeks at work. I take those to work with me. If I leave them here, they won't last long at all. They tend to disappear. But yeah, she was doing okay. What else happened this week? I know They've actually got something going on this weekend. It's called Bargains Galore on 64. And it is like a yard sale that goes miles and miles and miles. I don't even know where it starts and ends. But everybody sets up yard sales. And I had to stop myself from going to too many of them. I went to the ones that were down at the park. But they had so many neat things. And they had a Coca-Cola sign that I really wanted. I saw it and I really, really wanted it until I looked at the price. It was like $80. And I was like, well, I don't need it that bad. I do not need it for my collection of Coca-Cola stuff that bad. So, I didn't get that. I did buy a couple cigar boxes, though, because they are made really, they're made out of wood. They're really nice as far as sturdy and stuff. And they were only $2 a piece, which you go into a store and you buy these cardboard boxes and stuff, and they're the same price. So I did get a couple of those. I figure they will work pretty well to put some of my diamond painting stuff in. Maybe some of the tools and stuff. I haven't showed them yet, but I will. I've got to record an unboxing for the other diamond painting stuff that I got at Hobby Lobby the other day that I haven't done yet. Running out of wax. Had to twist that up. Yes, I really like the older cigar boxes that are still made out of wood, and they were in really good shape. That lady down there had probably had 20 of them. But I only got 2 of them. And then I was really thinking about, they had an old Atari system. I remember playing Atari as a kid all the time. And I really probably would have gotten that. And it was like $100 though, and it came with several games to it, but none of the games that I really cared for as a kid. So I passed on it. And then there was a lot of them that had some really nice furniture, and I was just afraid to stop to see how much those are. Another new Atari? It was I remember it was the older one, the first one that came out. I think it was 2600, but I'm not sure. I was really thinking about getting it. I really was. And I was like, no, you do not need that. You wouldn't have time to play it. But I remember spending hours on that game playing Asteroids and Pitfall were my favorite games on there for some reason. I loved playing those, and then I would play Miss Pac-Man. Or was it the regular Pac-Man? I do not remember. I loved Pitfall, and I don't know why, but I absolutely loved that game. It's sort of like with the Nintendo. I love Dr. Mario. And all it is just throwing those pills down and getting rid of the viruses, but I love that. Me too. I used to play it all of the time. I don't even know what happened to our Atari that we had. But you had those big console TVs. In fact, my uncle had went to an auction one time, and he said that I needed a TV for my room so that everybody else could watch the TV in the living room and stuff. So he went to an auction and they actually had one of those big console TVs there. And I think he paid like $5 for it. So that was in my room, and I would sit there and play Atari on it all day long if I could have. Yes, I remember that. I think that was the one where I played it for a little bit and then you would get stuck in this hole or something and you could not get out of it. Absolutely could not get out of it, and I couldn't get past that point, and I gave up on that one fairly quickly. Yes, I still love Tetris to this day. I play it, maybe not the original game, but I play a lot of the knockoffs of that game on my phone a lot. I love Tetris. I would play it for hours at a time too. That wasn't it. I love those games like that that keep you busy for long points of time, and they're so simple of games. Yeah, I never could get past that part, so I think I tried it for like a day or two, and I was like, nope, not gonna happen. That is so true, Connie. That is absolutely so true. But yeah, I passed up on that, and then I did not even stop at the ones that had a bunch of the furniture. They had a lot of really neat things. There was a yard sale in front of the Dollar General that had this trailer, and I think it was homemade. It was a homemade trailer built out of like logs and stuff. And it was really, really pretty. It went on like the back of a motorcycle. Of course, I don't ride a motorcycle, so I wouldn't have had any use for it. But it was such a pretty little trailer. I absolutely loved it. So, of course, that was something that I didn't get. It was well built. I didn't even ask a price on that because I knew I wouldn't have a use for it. But so pretty. I love looking at stuff that is homemade that people set out to make. There used to be a guy that used to set up down there all the time during these yard sales like this, and he would make rocking chairs, all different types of rocking chairs. They were so pretty. And I didn't see him there this time. but I figure I will have to leave a little bit early to go to work because I do take 64 to work, so I have a feeling that there is going to be a lot of traffic. I don't think that my husband would be very happy about that. The closest thing I have ever rode to a motorcycle, yes, I hit the camera again. I keep hitting it with my head. With it being out this far, I keep hitting it with my head. Basically, what I have is a flagpole holder attached to my wall with a selfie stick. And then I have the part that holds my phone, and that's how this recording area over here is set up. So I have it pulled out so far so that you can see the painting that I'm working on because it's so small and zoomed in, and I keep hitting my head on it. But next week, I will try to find something else to work on besides these little doorways. I don't think I'll have them finished. How did I do that? Okay, there we go. I put one of them, somehow pushed one of them on the wrong drill. I was really thinking about kitting up my 3 panels, but I've got so many drill sets kitted up over here that I have them all labeled and everything, all the trays and stuff. The only ones that I'm not using right now are the ones that are sitting on my stationery shelf. And I'm not sure if I want that to be a stationary painting because I might want to take it with me somewhere. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do that or not. I've got so many paintings going on right now. I've got the mystery paintings and woodland panorama, so I'm not sure yet. I will decide maybe if I get some of these done. I haven't got that much of my Hannah Lynn one done. I've only got like 4 or 5 squares done on it. Yeah, I'm thinking that I want my 3 panel to be one of those that I take with me whenever I go places. But I'm not certain. I want to be able to move it from place to place. At least into the living room or something. Because it's small enough that I can work on it in other places. But we'll see what I decide. I may pull out one of the Hobby Lobby cows or something. I haven't heard of the other one. But remember, my squares are smaller than yours, Jeannie. And I'm making them even smaller because I've realized that I really do a lot better with the smaller squares. So I'll do half of one of the squares and then I'll cover up the other part, and then I'll do the other half of it. I completely understand, Miss Lizard. Sometimes you just need a break from it, and I completely understand that, although I'm not to that point. As far as diamond painting is what keeps me sane. But I can completely understand getting burnt out on stuff. If you want to try to give it to work on something, I would just work on something really, really small. If you just want to do something really quick and see if it's something that you still want to do. But I completely understand. Yeah, diamond painting is most definitely what keeps me sane a lot of the time. That, my YouTube channel. I am so blessed to have this YouTube channel to where I've met so many different friends. And I absolutely love doing it. I look forward to the lives each Saturday, knowing that we get together and chat and just have so much fun. I can, yes, I absolutely. There is one painting that I would love to find in a D-stash. I would love to find it's by, who is it by? Mandy Manzano. I got the Beast. I want Belle. I can't remember the actual name of it, but I want Belle. And that was one of those princess panels. And that is one that I can't find anywhere. I think I found it once and they wanted an outrageous price for it. And I just couldn't do it. You know, Shells, I did that as well. I've got a huge stash of Diamond Art Club. And now I am trying to work on some of my older paintings that I have in that stash. Some of them. Like all of my Randall Spanglers, I've decided once I finish Firefly Fireworks, which I've only got less than a quarter of it done, I'm going to start on another Randall Spangler and try to get my Randall Spanglers done. But, and then this month I have 3 mystery paintings that I'm working on. But I love the bigger paintings. I really do. I want to start them all at once. And I know that I cannot do that. But I'm also the type of person who likes to get the smaller ones and give me some type of accomplishment that I got something done in between all of those. I'm glad to hear that, Connie. Which one are you working on? What artist? Oh, you were working on the I cannot remember what it's called. Yes, shells. I work on these small ones a lot, especially whenever I'm out and about. And I love doing that along with my bigger ones. That's right, fantasy whimsical. I knew it was something I like that I could not remember. But sometimes, even with some of mine that I've had, like I was working on that Chuck Pinson for the check along, and I got about halfway through it, and it just wasn't something that I wanted to continue on at that moment. And I'm still going to go back to it. I'm probably going to finish it up in with the next check along. I was working on Bluebird Song. And I'll probably finish it with the next check along, but at the time, I just wasn't enjoying working on that particular one. So I just put it away and started working on something else. And there's been a few that I've done like that. And after a while, I'll go back to them. And sometimes it's the same thing. It's just not something I want to work on. And then other times, it's like, why did I quit working on this one? I'm enjoying it so much. So sometimes I think a lot of it has to do with the mood that you're in. Maybe that might work. I love working on these little ones because they don't take that long at all to do. I completely agree. I cannot wait to go camping, and especially once the cooler time starts getting here and all the mosquitoes and bugs are gone and I can sit outside and work on my diamond paintings. That is one of my favorite times to go camping because I absolutely love being able to spend that time outside. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Shells. I can't. I've been in between Oklahoma and Arkansas my entire life. This is where I was raised for the most part, so and this is the type of town that whenever you're younger, you cannot wait to get out of this town. You can't wait to move away, and then the older I got, the more I started migrating back closer to where I grew up in. Yes, you can always use that as an excuse, Jeannie. I really want to use that excuse to get the glasses, but I haven't done it yet. I'm trying my hardest not to push that buy button on those, but it's getting harder and harder every day because I think I could use those so much whenever I go out and about for recording and stuff. It would be so much fun. And plus, I could listen to my YouTube while I was at work because it would be part of my glasses. Yeah, that is one mystery painting that I didn't get, but y'all know me, I absolutely love the mystery paintings. But I think I already told y'all this, but if so, I'm telling you again anyway. I did buy some more sticker paper on Amazon. If that type of sticker paper works out, I will let y'all know for making the release papers. It's actually only got 2 labels per page. So I'm really hoping that that one works. Yes, that is a good saying, Jeannie. So pretty. I think that we all need a few more hours in the day. Oh my, I did not realize what time it was. We have been on here for an hour and 2 minutes. Y'all were just gonna let me chat away and not even worry about going into work today. So, unfortunately, I've got to go and finish getting ready for work. Just a few things before it went really fast today. Before we leave, Granny has her live tomorrow at, I believe it's, is it 10 or 11 my time? I believe it's 8 o'clock her time, 10 o'clock my time. So be sure to check that out. Everyone, if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Thank y'all so much for stopping by and being here today. I have had so much fun. Hold on a second, Jeannie. Let me make you a moderator and you can put a link in. If I can do it. Nope, I clicked on the wrong person. Hold on. Okay. Where is it at? Okay, you should be a moderator, so you can go ahead and link your channel in the chat real quick before we leave. I'll give it a few seconds. Yeah, I will have to check out and see what you are be stashing as well. Okay. I was wait. But anyway, thank y'all so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Hopefully I'll see y'all here next week. And I am hoping once school starts going to start doing a second live each week, but I haven't completely made up my mind yet. Anyway, everyone take care, and I will see you next week. Bye. Granny.